I surrender the ways that have held back my days of living my prayer for truth. I call it my prayer, it is simple and clear. It wants me to give and receive love. I call in the light to make everything right and show me the way to just be love, and show me the way to just be love. I surrender the known for the magic to unfold. I surrender the old for the new. I surrender the ways that have held back my days of living my prayer for truth. I call it my prayer, it is simple and clear. It wants me to give and receive love. I call in the light to make everything right and show me the way to just be love. And show me the way to just be love. I surrender the known for the magic to
This song is Terra Divina, Be Love. Pretty appropriate to open us into this space as we are going deeper into love today. Happy Friday, you guys. Happy Friday. We did it. We've made it through 5 days. If you've been here all 5 days, and many of you have, I want to just applaud you and celebrate you, your devotion, your commitment to this experience, but to yourself, to doing this work. And honestly, I'm very touched. It's truly an honor to be able to share this space with you all. Because what I know to be true is that this event is a divine co-creation. It is a divine co-creation. It is co-created before we get here with me in spirit, but I am always connected to those that it is meant to serve. And I call you guys in beforehand. And I believe we work together in the multidimensional realms to get really clear on what is it that you guys need, that I need, that we need collectively, and how can we come together and give that to each other, nourish each other, be seen, be held in a loving, safe space and community to remember the truth of who we be. And yes, we are currently having a human experience. And man, you guys, this human experience, it's tough. It's challenging. We've had so many challenges arise during this event. As one could imagine, when you're navigating the technology and all the moving pieces and parts and all people too, so much comes up. And we got to sit, we prayed about it before we got on this call too, and literal just appreciation. Thank you, God. Thank you, Divine, for the challenges. Thank you for the opportunity to anchor deeper into our own self mastery. Thank you for the opportunity to trust, to surrender. All that emotion comes up, that real human emotion. Bonnie's internet says internet unstable. I feel like it's like life unstable. We all sometimes feel that instability, right? So that tickles me a little bit, right? The instability, it sometimes feels like we're floating without a tether. And my prayer is that this week, if you were feeling like you were floating around a little bit, feeling a little untethered, a little unsure, a little uncertain about where you're headed next, or even a little uncertain about what's in the way of where you're going, my prayer is that I love, and Tiffany's already shared it, right? So many priceless insights. Yeah. And what's beautiful is we tend to know and focus on the insights that we receive. And it's like, oh, the clarity we receive and the information gets really exciting. And there's so much happening beyond your cognitive mind. There's so much happening beyond what we are aware of. There's so much happening at a multidimensional energetic level of what we're processing and what we're moving and what we are allowing and inviting to come up. So thank you, thank you, thank you all for being here during this experience. And today we're going to go deeper into the code, I am infinite love. And it really is I think I'd shared with you guys the orders switched this year. And so it's a building upon, in a lot of ways, what we were tapping into yesterday. The parts of us that we reject, the parts of us that we judge, the parts of us that we wish were different. Most of us know that God, creator, spirit is love, that the universe, the highest form of truth is love within this universal system. And we are love. We are made of love. Love is the highest truth. It is the great alchemizer. And simultaneously, there naturally is part of the human experience, parts of us doesn't fully love ourselves. And parts of us doesn't fully love others too. And so we get to witness the mirror of all of reality as an opportunity to come into and to sink into deeper love. Rumi says that your task is not to seek love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. And that's what we're here doing today. We're here to seek those barriers. Where are you keeping yourself still today, despite the work that you did? Because we have done, because we're all here. We've all been peeling back those layers. Whether you've been on this journey for 6 months or you've been on this journey for 25 years, 35 years, we're all returning back home to love. Fear, trust, pulling us further away into separation. We have to be afraid of others. Instead, now we are moving into trust of ourselves, trust of other, trust of the universe, trust of the divine, anchoring into love. So let's go ahead. Visibility fears. Yeah. And a lot of us have that, you guys. It's so incredibly natural for us to be afraid of being seen, being heard, being witnessed, because we're afraid of being judged. And that's what we're going to go a little bit deeper into today. The fear of that judgment and what that judgment is. And many of you are here to serve and to support others in some capacity. And it may not be spiritual coaching, mentorship. It may not be healing facilitation. But you have a story, a beautiful one, filled with your own personal hero's journey. And if our stories are a training ground for our soul mission and what we're here to serve, if you've noticed anything in our mirror sessions, it's that every single person, every speaker, they birthed their work from what they didn't have, what they didn't receive, what they wished they had known. And their life story, the challenges become their medicine to gift the world. And so the more that we can anchor into our own self-love, the more love we have to offer and mirror back to others. And really, you guys, did my mic go out? I hope not. Maybe because I moved forward in front of it. I did move forward, probably past the mic. So awesome. I'm glad everyone hears me. Okay. Sorry, Melissa. So we're going to start today. Dr. Summer Nicole yesterday, right? Talking about the power of sound, tone. Sound is one of the quickest ways, I believe, even quicker than breath, to really bring ourselves into a state of regulation, into a state of presence, and to really get rid of any of the gunk in our energy field that might be making us feel nervous or uncomfortable or unsure. So we're going to start off with that because I need this. We're doing it because I need it. We're going to start out with that first practice that we did the first day, where we do 8 really big breaths in and we let a sound out, let a tone out. And I like to do things where you kind of play around with it, where I start up high and then I go, and then you bring it low, because frequency, you're working in the higher chakras when you're in the higher tones, and then you bring it down into the lower tones where you're working into the root and the more grounded energy. So you're literally kind of moving the energy from here through the body. So that's just an invitation. You guys can play with it and do what feels good. Maybe you don't even want to sigh. Maybe you're just like, I need a good scream. Maybe you need just a couple tears that need to be shed. Whatever it is that you need, this is your practice. So let's do it together. Nobody can hear you. You only can hear me. So let's just clear out anything that doesn't belong here in this space and set the intention to become fully present inside of our bodies so that we can be fully available for whatever is here for us all. You ready? Okay, let's take a big deep breath in. And you can shake and move and swirl if that feels good too. And just do rolling breaths with sighs. A couple more. On this last one, we're going to hold the breath at the top, okay? So breathe in, big deep breath in, and hold it. Hold it. And as you do, lock your perineum, your sex organs, perhaps even lock your belly, your tummy. I invite you to even bring your tongue to the roof of your mouth and bring your attention to your pineal gland, continuing to hold it. You've got it. Holding it, holding it for 3, 2, and 1. Closing down your eyes if you haven't yet done so, and just bringing your attention to your heart, to your body, just noticing if you feel lighter, if you feel more present, if you feel more expanded. And we're going to call in God, Source, the one infinite creator, to be felt now within us and around us, creating sacred space, a sacred alchemical container for the transmutation of any residual unworthiness, any residual self-judgment and self-criticism, anything else that could be located within your body and being that is not serving your remembrance that you are love. You are made of love. Love is your natural state, your natural frequency. And we set the intention to now open up our crown, opening up your crown to receive this beautiful waterfall of light from the sun. This light is the light of God, of Source, of Creator. Light, love, love, light. And allowing it to pour down and just feeling as it moves down your head, feeling it, this warm, honey-like light as it moves down your neck, just releasing any tension, any stress, washing it away, filling every cell of your body with love, with light. Just feeling it as it moves down your shoulders, down your back, washing away anything that doesn't belong here. Feeling it as it moves down your chest, into the heart. Feel your heart as it begins to open and flower, flowering open. Open, open, open. Inviting our hearts to open. Feel this warm honey-like energy and light as it moves down into the solar plexus, into your organs, your tissue, your fascia, your blood, your DNA. Bring this beautiful honey-like light down into your sacral, into your womb, if you are a womb keeper, down into the root, into the sex organs. Feeling it now as it moves down the thighs. Again, just washing away any tension. Feel this light as it moves down your knees, down your legs. Feel it in your feet. Feel your feet as they begin to come online. Feel as you become more present and grounded in your body in this now moment. And now inviting this waterfall of light to come out of your feet and out of your root. These beautiful tendrils of light began reaching down, down, down through the earth's many layers until it reached the beautiful crystalline core of Gaia. And just wrap your grounding cord around the planet, around her heart. And just anchor yourself here into the new earth grid, this 12th dimensional grid of light, carrying with it your divine human blueprint, who you be in truth and perfection as one with Source. We're going to now draw that energy up, drawing it up, 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 and then just inviting it into your body, inviting it back into your feet, up your legs, into the root, inviting it into the lower part of your body, swirling, cleansing, clearing, purifying, and aligning. And then inviting it up into the heart. We're going to invite these two streams of energy, heaven and earth, to connect within the sacred space of your heart. This beautiful seed of light, the 0 point, the still point, the seed of your soul sanctuary within you. This is where we access God. This is where we access the divine. It's not outside of us, it's inside of us. Ascension is an inside job. It's in and through the body. And just seeing this toroidal field of energy around you, this beautiful toroidal field where the energy comes up and out in cascades around your body. And then it comes back down and into and through your root and feet, and then up and out. And simultaneously, there is a reverse energy flow coming up from the earth. Coming down from the sky, from the heavens, and then coming up and around and up and around. And just feel as your magnetic heart field begins to grow, to increase. And on each in-breath, growing that field, your heart field. And on each out-breath, releasing anything that is not love. Breathing in love, breathing out anything else. Breathing in love and breathing out anything of discoherence. And now just feel yourself swimming in this field of love. God's love, Source's love, Creator's love for you. And allow yourself to even think about your friends and family and amazing people in your life that you love so dearly. And now reflect that and mirror that love to yourself. And I invite you to say to yourself, I love you, and say your name. I love you. I love you. I love you so much. I love you. And we're going to take a big deep breath and we're going to crystallize and seal ourselves in this beautiful, protective, yummy bubble of love. Big inhale in. And whenever you're ready, opening your eyes and coming back into the space, feeling more clear, more open, more present, and more tapped into the love that you are. Tiffany, that's really great awareness. She says it felt cringy to say, I love you, Tiffany. Interesting how when we say our name, it brings a different energy. If we just say, I love you, that feels easy, doesn't it? But sometimes when we say, I love you, Lacey, ooh, if it feels cringy, that's the resistance. That's the awareness of the part of you that says, nope, I'm not worthy of love. Nope. There's without a doubt parts of us, every single one of us here on this call, that do not believe that we are fully worthy of the love that we are. And that's okay by design, because that is the great remembrance. And that is what we are here to do today. Before we get into that, I do want to pull up some slides just so we can go over a little bit of where we're going from here, just so you guys have some awareness, a little mental 3D stuff before we get ourselves started. Where is my, oh, here they are. And then just also a gentle reminder, I will also, just nature of time and everything, I forgot to go over our ritual for yesterday. So I'm going to share 2 rituals today, and they're both so good. They're so beautiful. One is a mirror practice, and the other is becoming an embodiment of love for our planet. And my prayer is that you then carry that love with you guys out into your weekend. And so I said it all went into a weird order. And the beautiful thing is, I trust that we were meant to be swimming in like profound amounts of love. And yesterday we start with the self-love, right? Because if we can't, we are only able to meet people where we are at. And so if we are carrying a lot of self-criticism and judgment and are incapable of loving ourselves fully, then how can we ever love anyone else fully? And so all love begins first with self-love. I'm going to share my screen. Let's go into some of these. Share my notes, I should say. Perfect. Okay. So you guys, we've got a participation contest going on. We have got a participation contest going on. And, you know, it's the contest itself is really meant to motivate you guys to be seen and to be witnessed and to complete all of the rituals. But in this contest, everybody wins. Everybody who participate wins. If you participate in these rituals, you are a winner because you are doing the work. You are further anchoring what it is that we're talking about every day. You are doing these rituals, which are an outward display and presentation. Rituals were designed to take the etheric energy, the creative life force power, and then to magically, that's what magic is, to then direct it with intention to create, because we are master creators, to create within this third dimensional realm. And so the invitation is to participate fully in these rituals and to share a part of yourself. It's so healing, you guys. If you are someone that wants to serve and support and you want to write books, you want to maybe take stages, if you are somebody that wants to be, if you want to be in any form of a leadership role even, then it requires us to be seen, to be witnessed, to be courageous and brave. So the invitation too is not only to share and be seen, but to also witness others. There's something so profoundly healing when we can look through the eyes and lens of God and witness the God in each other. And it takes great courage and bravery to show up and to be seen. And so if you show up and you are being seen, we don't want to leave our brothers and sisters showing up and then not being mirrored back. Because again, we want to mirror them and see them and let them know, we see you. I see you. Thank you for sharing a part of yourself. So where we're going from here, we've got our session today, I Am Infinite Love. And then we've got Gladius Sovereign and Edgar Sanchez this afternoon. Then we've got the weekend off, Saturday and Sunday off. And that is so you can catch up on any replays that maybe you missed, catch up on your rituals. The rituals don't have to be completed every day. If you don't have time and space, catch up on them this weekend. And then we will meet back here again on Monday. And so we've got 4 days next week, 3 full days, just as we've been navigating. And then we're just going to meet in the morning on Thursday. 4 more source codexes. We're going to go into fear, deeper into fear on Monday. We're going to go into super abundance on Tuesday. And then we're going to talk about, again, the paradox of being both fully human and fully divine. And we've talked about it quite a bit, right? It seems very paradoxical to say, I am fully healed and whole and complete and one with God. I am infinite love, but also I'm having a human experiences that says that I am none of those things. So we're going to work with that paradox and work to, and because what I know to be true is that spirituality is in and through the body. It is a form of embodiment. And so to truly ascend, it is in and through. And so it's not about escaping into the multidimensional realms. It's not about, going and work. Yes, it's fun to go and multidimensionally travel. It's really fun to go in these cosmic meditations where we travel to different star systems. Like that is fun. But we already do that. We're doing that. We've already got lives on those planets. Like we were like, hey, I want to have that human experience. I want to do that. And so if we keep escaping, that in and of itself is a form of escapism. And it's easy for us multidimensional beings to prefer to be because that's our truest nature. Those frequencies feel good. They feel sparkly. Steve Nobel's meditations, like you feel so good when you're done with them. And that's not the whole journey. The whole journey, that's beautiful. But we're here to feel the real raw human experiences. So final day is I'm divinely supported. So really just realizing and anchoring into the truth that you are supported, you are held in so many places and spaces, and then getting really clear on what your needs are for support. What are your needs for support? If you aren't clear on your needs for support, then how can you ask for what you need? So then we will, and then we'll have the weekend integration as well. So that's where we're going. I'll get to the embodiment rituals here later, but today is I am infinite love. I am infinite love. You guys are infinite love. So let me stop share. Oh, where's my little buttons over here? Okay. Awesome. Got so many little slides over here. Where are you guys? I lost you. Ah! And now you're too big. Okay. Okay. Where are you? We're getting there. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Okay. Yes. So how many of us wish that there was something that we could change about ourselves? I mean, how many of us like wish, I wish I was more creative. I wish I was more confident. I wish I knew more about that. I wish I was better at that. I wish I was smarter. I wish. And these desires most clearly stem from rejecting parts of ourselves. And the reality is, you guys, is we were not born comparing ourselves to others. We were not born. Children don't look through the eyes of comparison. And there's some really cool videos out there that have shown me. So, a perfect example of this, there's this video. It's so sweet. It's a group of children of different races, and they're all around the same age, around, I would say, probably 6, 7, 8, even. And the question that the interviewer asked is, if you could change one thing about yourself, what would you change? And here, as adults, we're like, oh, like if you as an adult that, that they're going to talk about who they be, their personality, maybe outward appearance. You know what these answers were for the kids? First of all, one little girl was like, I would love a mermaid tail. She was like, I want a mermaid tail. Right? She got creative with it. The other said, I really like me. She was like, I really like who I am. All of these kids, their answers and their responses were so sweet and so innocent. They loved who they didn't even fully, again, their perception of the question is far different than us as adults, how we would perceive that question, right? Very similarly, you take these tiny children and they might, if they're not, I'm trying to think of the other. Yeah. Okay. There's some other videos I've seen with kids, again, similar situation where they're talking to them and they're like, what do you like? And what I'm remembering so vividly are these two boys. And these two boys were best friends. And one had light skin and one had dark skin. And they said, what do you love about your best friend? And then they talked about it and they said, what are your differences? How are you different? And not once did they talk about skin color. They were like, well, I really like this and he really likes that. Right. And so again, these videos just further reiterate the innocence of who we were as children. And yet here we are as adults. And if any one of us were asked that question, we would probably tune into the things about ourselves that we don't like. Because we learned to seek approval. This was conditioned. We learned to believe that we must be a certain way to be accepted. And that at the root of that is fear of abandonment, rejection, and not being lovable. And on the other side of that is fear of death. Because if we're not lovable, if we are rejected and we are abandoned, then we'll be kicked out of the tribe and we will die. Because guess what, you guys? It is an inherent need for connection. Connection is not it would be nice to have. It is foundational to our survival and our health and our happiness. So really, the fear of losing love is ultimately the fear of separation. And it is, again, the original wound of source. That the original wound of source was separation and feeling abandoned. We felt left by our creator because we weren't connected directly to our creator anymore energetically. And it created this sense of sadness. And then we began to feel like we're not worthy. If God left us, then we must not be worthy of God's love. And the reality is that the love that we crave really, and so how often we talk about like codependency, where we seek that love from the people outside of us. We seek the validation from the people outside of us. And we think that that's going to fill our cup. And then the relationship, the love that we had, it dissolves, and our marriage dissolves, or we break up with the person, or we keep putting ourselves out there in this needy energy online, and we still feel depressed and sad and incomplete because we're never going to find the love that we seek outside of ourselves. And again, our task is not to seek love. It is actually to seek and find the barriers within ourselves that we've built against it. And we talked a bit already too about the cosmology as it's shared through the law of one. The law of one states that the great creator's heart beat once. And in that beat, the logos, the original thought form, was love. And the way I perceive it, and then it says that love, because love is magnetizing. I don't know if you guys know this, but thoughts are electric. They go out, and emotions are magnetic. They pull in. That is why our thoughts don't become things. Well, part of the reason. Because if you are thinking thoughts, I want this, I want this, I want this, but internally you feel like there's a part of you that doesn't feel you deserve that, or doesn't feel that you're worthy of that, or feels in resistance to that, then it's never going to happen because you don't feel safe enough to receive it. So the emotions really are the driving energy and force of creation, telling they color, I love that. Thank you. They color our thoughts. So love is the great organizing and magnetizing force that brings all separation into unity. And what is alchemy? Alchemy is taking what doesn't serve and undergoing a process so that everything can come back into unity, can reintegrate. So love and God are interchangeable. Love, again, is the logos, the original thought form that then birthed all light, which means birthed all reality within this universal system that we exist within. So love, God, this is the key to ascension. This is the key to healing and evolution and spiritual intelligence. Love is the key. I know we talked about the pineal gland a little bit yesterday with Tom Moore. And yes, our pineal gland is a antenna and it is a receiver. But if this isn't activated, then the information you receive is going to be discoherent, is going to be not pure, not from God, not from source. And so love is the fuel for all of our spiritual gifts, our intuition, our psychic abilities. It's the fuel. It fuels. So it's like, okay, here's the car. What's the fuel? The fuel is love, to turn the car on, to get it to work. Love is the unifying force that literally spirals us back into oneness. The Big Bang, our entire universe is expanding. Science can prove this. And when our universal system is complete with its experience of itself, it will then back into, and it's like all that love, all that information is then harvestable by our creator. And love is that magnifying force. It is what is bringing everything into purification. And there is nothing that we need to do to receive love, because we are already one with the eternal source of love. That is the code of I am infinite love. And the other thing is as well, is that there's oftentimes a part of us that believes that love can run out, that there's a finite amount of love. I can only love this many people in my life. And again, we're anchoring into that love is boundless, it's endless, it's infinite, always available. So the physical manifestation and the gene keys goes into this, right? So we'll bring a little gene keys into it because I love the gene keys. The gene keys goes into constriction being the shadow of universal love. So universal love, meaning expansion. So if acceptance is the gift in between, constriction is the shadow. So many of you did a practice where you felt your yes or no. And I'm sure you may have noticed that in the expansion was your yes, the constriction was the no. This is how your body is always telling you, am I in love or am I in fear? Am I in love or am I in fear? And when you ask the yes or no question, the answer is telling you love or fear, yes or no. Well, no or yes. So when we move from constriction, which is, choking down through pain and denial and distraction, into acceptance, which is the courage. The acceptance is the courage to listen to our wounds, to listen to our shadows, allowing that healing through acknowledgement, not rejection, not suppression, repression, resistance, pushing it away, but instead saying, oh, sweet soul, tell me more. You don't feel worthy of love. You feel that love is conditional, that love is based off of what you do and how you be, and that if you're not good, you aren't going to receive love. That if you do something wrong, that you're going to be punished, and that punishment is to lose love. Many of us maybe did have family situations where love was modeled as a conditional gift. If you show up the way we tell you to, then you will receive our love. And so love grows through freedom. Love grows through freedom. When we allow ourselves the freedom to fully be, to fully express, and when we give love to others, unconditional love, support, and acceptance, that's freedom. And it dies in constriction because that's fear. And to transcend, we must break the loop by feeling our fear, feeling our shame, feeling our pain, accepting it, and allowing love to flow. Again, Rumi says that the wound is the place where the light enters you. I'm going to pop over here. I can't see something. So let me see where we're at on the chat really quick. Just check in with you guys. The chat disappeared for me for a while. Okay, we're good. Oh, be more. I love that. Earlier, he had said he's not used to loving himself. So saying it out loud is unique. Oh, I can understand that. Many of us are not used to that. Many of us are not used to showering ourselves with this kind of love. Love that. Somebody else said, love colors our thoughts. Yeah. Bonnie says, feeling in color as a visual for me, meeting red around me with my blue is calming to make purple. Yeah. Color theory right there. Beautiful. Okay. Tammy, I like that. I want to speak into that really quick because I don't fully agree with that anymore. I used to. I don't anymore. She says, my mentor once told me that if it's not a hell yes, then it's a hell no. I don't know if I fully agree with that. I used to, because the reality is you're going to, you will have resistance in your body that says, and so what is a hell yes? What is a hell no? Right? Simultaneously, you may be like, I am so excited to sign up for this or to go do this or to learn this. And yet it's natural that there may be a part of you, as we've been speaking into it, right? Your dreams, you have huge dreams. Are you a hell yes for your dreams? Yeah, of course you are. But also, is there parts of you that say, no, we can't have that, be that, do that? Yeah, that's the work. So I love that. I feel like, the only reason I say that is because there's an invitation, if it's not a hell yes, to go deeper into that, right? If it's not a hell yes, or I prefer heaven yes. If it's not a heaven yes, if it's not a heaven yes, then maybe there's something that needs to be done first before it could be a heaven yes. So the way I see that is it's like the priestess or the priest at the temple doors. And you come up to the temple door and they say, do you want to step in? Because as you step in here on the other side, you will be completely different, changed and transformed. And a part of you is like, yes. And a part of you is like, ooh, I don't know. And maybe that resistance is saying, no, not yet. Let's do some work first. And then once that's done, then it's a heavens yes. So I just want to offer that because, what I'm realizing is that nothing is as black and white as it seems, right? Nothing is that easy. For example, we often say, follow your joy, follow what lights you up. Yes, follow your joy, but also push against your edges and boundaries of your fear, right? So again, the paradox of our reality is, yeah, there's tons of truth of that. And there might be an invitation to do some work or to clear some energy so that it can be a heaven yes. Or maybe it's a not now, but later. Love grows through freedom. Yeah. Okay. So let me pop back over here again. I want to share a few scientific studies on love. Many of you may have heard of these, but there's something about learning about the science that is just deeply supportive for us, our logical, linear, masculine brain. So love is not just an emotion, right? It is a force. It is God, it is the divine, and it is measurable. We can measure, rather, its impact on the physical world. So many of you, I'm sure, have heard of Dr. Masaru Emoto and his water experiments. So Dr. Emoto, he did experiments, tons of them, on water. And he exposed water to the word love. And I think he just wrote it on the beaker. And then I think he wrote fear or hate on the other beaker. And then he took this water and he froze it. And when you see the frozen water for love, it is these beautiful, intricate, gorgeous, snowflakey designs. But then in hatred, and it was chaotic and disordered and it was jagged and rigid and all over the place. And that was just writing the word on the beaker. There's been other experiments done with plants where they took plants and they sent love to one plant and then the opposite to the other, hatred and ugliness. And the plant that was sent love, it thrived. It was beautiful. And over time, the other plant died. Dr. Glenn Ryan did a DNA study. This is probably my favorite study of all of them. Dr. Glenn Ryan did a DNA study and proved that our DNA responds to our emotions. He took a DNA strand and he put anger to it. Anger, 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 anger. You know what the DNA strand did? It unwound and deteriorated. It literally fell apart. And then they turned around, same DNA strand, and they sent love to it. You know what the DNA strand did? It rebound, and it healed itself. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? I have full body chills and I know the story and I know it. It's amazing. Love. We have physical evidence that love heals. Love heals. And again, I've shared with you guys, love, light, love. Within the law of one cosmology, they say it is not separate. We cannot separate love, light, love, because it's this field of love, the original thought of source, of creator, the original logos. And from that field of love, and I personally see that field of love as the cosmic mother's womb, as the black hole, the womb, where all light being the masculine, is birthed from. And so we were all birthed from a field of love. And love opens our DNA to photons from the quantum field, which allows us to restructure our genetic code into the higher frequencies of consciousness. It takes anything in your DNA epigenetically that's been turned on that's not love, and it turns it off. Love takes cells that are dying, and through the frequency of divine coherence, gives them what they need so that they can heal themselves. How amazing is that? We knew love was healing. We knew that at a spiritual level, but now science is proving to us that love literally heals our DNA. And then when we start to again couple it with the science of light and really understanding what we're doing here, the technology of ascension. This is what we're discussing, the technology of ascension. And we knew this. Y'all know this. Y'all know all of this. Y'all have known this for many, many lifetimes as masters. So again, love, love, love. Wow. It's that unifying force, the heartbeat of the universe, the creative force of all existence, the original logos of God, the original first thought from which all creation was birthed. And interestingly enough, we can actually see, and it's actually shared in the law of one as well, that gravity itself is a force of love. Gravity itself is a force of love, seeking unity, pulling all things back to the divine. Every planet is its own powerful, conscious, sentient being, an embodiment of the creator as a planetary structure. And our planet, when we ground and we anchor to her core and we connect to her original divine frequencies of perfection, we remember our innate perfection. So when we embrace unconditional love within ourselves, what we're doing is literally coming into resonance with source, with creator, with God, with the truth of who we be, which allows one, DNA structuring and healing, but it also allows a free flowing of energy and information. When we are in fear, when we are in self-doubt, worry, stress, and anxiety, not only does our physical body, every system in our body shuts down because you enter into the state of fight and flight. And when you're in fight and flight, the only thing that matters is survival. Your amygdala kicks on, your prefrontal cortex, which is your center that does logic and reasoning and figures stuff out, it shuts down. And you have your body begins to secrete hormones, and all of your body systems are greatly impaired. Women who struggle getting pregnant, often because they're in chronic states of fight, flight, chronic states of fear. Because the body knows it's not healthy for this person to carry a child. It's like, we can't birth a child. We can't create new life. We're just trying to survive here. So when we allow ourselves to and notice again, so a reason I say this is because the regulation of our nervous system is what allows us to move into love. As we learn to regulate our nervous system and we notice, I'm in fight flight, I'm in freeze, I'm dysregulated, I am triggered, I am stressed, I am feeling anxiety, I am feeling fearful for the future. We can't think clearly in those states. If you guys are swirling around in uncertainty soup, it's probably because you're afraid of making a decision. It's probably because you're afraid of what's to come. It's probably because you're afraid that you're going to fail, that you're going to do something and you're going to pour your heart into it, and then you're not going to succeed. And that you're more afraid of the pain of failure than you are of getting out there and putting yourself out there and doing what you love and taking chances and taking risks. And if we equate love as to God, the divine, and we equate that to intelligence, I think it's Ram Dass says that God is loving intelligence. So when we equate God to this loving intelligence, and we know that our nervous system is what keeps us out of, and the nervous system is really, again, an accumulation and a culmination of all of our pain body. The nervous system is a programmed system by our ego and by our genetics to just keep us safe and alive. And it's really good at its job. And so is our ego. Thank you. Thank you, nervous system. Thank you. Thank you, ego. Thank you. I appreciate you. And we're ready to become masters of our own energy. And so when I talk about energy mastery, that's really what it's about. It's about learning to notice when we're in states of dysregulation, noticing when things are triggering us, because all of life is your training ground. Every day when you show up in life, and when you show up, things are going to happen. And they're little mini gifts. So when you learn what to do when those things happen and when those things come up, then you don't have to really go on this exhaustive journey of like, okay, what's there? Okay, what's there? Because all you have to do is focus on, this is what I want to create. This is what I want to experience. And then naturally, life will show you and mirror back to you all of the things that are in the way of that. And you can do that over time, every single day as you show up in the world. Or you can also do it with real great intention and deliberate action in a container like soul alchemy, where we're gonna, this is what I want. This is the breakthrough I want. This is what I want to be experiencing. This is who I want to be and how I want to show up in the world. And we're going to declare it. We're going to share it with each other so that we can hold and love each other in so much compassion and share our energy, our prayerful energy, so we can magnetize and amplify. And then we are going to, in those 7 weeks, what's coming up? What is coming up? We're going to intentionally go into specific places and spaces, but also you're learning tools and you have the accountability and support for when you're in your everyday life and stuff is coming up. Because it's going to, we want it to, we do, right? I hope you guys do, right? You want to create change and transformation in your life. And I'm telling you right now, it doesn't mean more action, as in go out and just do. Yeah, there is some action in that way, like to go manifest and create the dreams of your life, or the dreams that you want to experience in this life. But the type of action that it really takes internal action that then informs our external action, our behaviors. So without love, separation and fragmentation occurs, which leads to the suffering. The absence of love is merely an illusion. It is merely an illusion. The light of love always exists within you. It's accessible right in here. You are love. You are one with God, and God, source creator, the Logos, is love. So depression is, they often say, is the disconnection. I've mentioned it another way, but it's the disconnection from love. It's the disconnection from God. It's the disconnection from source, from creator. It's the disconnection of who we truly be at our core. And it's an invitation to change, make changes in our life. I'm sure you've heard, it's like that old dog that's like laying on a nail and it's uncomfortable, but it just keeps laying on the nail and it just keeps laying there and it just keeps complaining and wailing, but it's not willing to do anything. Sometimes we take that nail and we jab it into our own side and we're like, hey, it's time to move. It's time to do something different than what you're doing. You want change, you want transformation. Time to do something different. Time to do something different. I love that, Tammy. She says, best definition of depression I've ever heard. Isn't it fun to reframe the things that we, sometimes can demonize? It's just so fun to look at things with a new perspective. When we can look at things with a new perspective, it shifts so much, which is what we're doing here during this container. We're trying to perceive things differently. Instead of perceiving ourselves as victims, instead of perceiving ourselves as life happening to us, instead of perceiving the work as work that we've got to do, instead of perceiving ourselves as broken, instead of perceiving ourselves as in, the challenges as, punishment. how much better does it feel to be like, oh my gosh, the challenges are gifts. Oh my gosh, triggers, portals for my transformation. Awesome. Trigger away, trigger away. I remember the first time I truly embodied that teaching when I got triggered by somebody and I was like, yes, this is the stuff. And what's funny is it was by I've been single for many, many, many years. And recently I've started to feel ready for divine union, ready for partnership. And the moment that I said I was ready, all of a sudden, all these men started flooding into my world, triggering the heck out of me. I was like, oh, okay. All of that is still there. No wonder. I've had a lot of trauma with men in my life, a lot. You guys got to hear a little bit about that. And if I can be real with you, it started with my father. My father did not receive love. My father, oh, my grandparents didn't know how to love him. They didn't know how to tell him that they loved him. And so he didn't hear that. He didn't hear, I love you. And growing up, we did not hear that from my father. What we heard instead was my mom, knowing how traumatizing that could be. My mom used to say all the time as children, you know, your father loves you, right? So my memories of my childhood are my mom telling us that our father loved us, not the other way. And so it's natural that all of us really struggle with love and have struggled with relationships. And it's natural that I personally have really struggled with the masculine in general, angry at my father, angry at God the Father, the masculine God, angry at men, and I don't trust them, and I didn't trust them, and I've been for years now working on that trust, to trust men again. And so yeah, I remember the first time that this was a year and a half ago when this man came into my world and started saying all these things that I was just like, ah. And I told him, I said, you are triggering the heck out of me. And I just hope you know that there's nothing to do with you, because I know that this is not you. This is everyone else in my past that led me to this place. And man, that guy was a gift for me. He was a gift. He was a great teacher, because he triggered me so much that I was like, wow, this is all still there. And all of this is preventing me from receiving the love that I'm calling forward, my partner. And I've had more men come into my world that have hurt me, or I've given my power away to them over the last couple of years. And so the invitation I've realized has been is that I have to work on me first, and not work, because I don't love that word. And I know it feels differently for everybody else. But I get to first uncover the places within me that don't feel worthy and deserving of divine partnership, of a powerful man who is truly leading from the heart and loves me unconditionally. I'm worthy of that. I deserve that. But there were parts of me that blamed me. There were some really amazing men in my life, and the relationships just fell apart, and I blame me for it. And there were some really not amazing men in my life that abused me emotionally, mentally, and even physically, and cheated on me. And there were men that weren't even in partnerships that did the same. And the amount of anger that I had towards men, towards my father, towards God the Father, towards all of these men kept me single for the last 3+ years, because that felt safer. And over 3 years, I've been peeling away those layers, and I found mirror work during that time. And I can look at myself in the mirror, and it was weird for me too, to say, I love you, Lacey. It felt so weird to look at myself in the mirror and to pour loving things. It just felt so awkward. But the more I did it, guys, if you look at yourself in the mirror, and that's the ritual for yesterday, if you look at yourself in the mirror and just look at yourself through the eyes of love, instead of the eyes of criticism, because how often do we look in the mirror and we're like, oh, I'm getting a little chubby right here. It's Christmas time and I've been eating all the carbohydrates over the last 3 months, right? Like, or how often do we look in the mirror and, or we finish up a presentation? We've got this awesome presentation for our boss and we finish it. And the only thing we can focus on are all the things that we didn't do right. Like, man, I really wish that had gone differently or this was different. And then all of a sudden people are like, you did so good. You're like, no, 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 no. It could have been better. It could have been better. We are so critical of ourselves. And there's a balance, right? There's a balance that we can have. Like, yes, we have a desire to improve. We want to do better. We want to be better. But we want to have this balance between, are we criticizing ourselves or are we holding ourselves in love first? And then allowing ourselves to say, okay, well, what else is possible? What else is possible? Fawn, sending you so much love, sweet soul. I think a lot there, I can guarantee you, we've all experienced in some capacity or know somebody that we love, perhaps, that experienced maybe domestic violence, as Fawn is sharing here, or abuse in some way. And abuse is not just physical. Abuse can be and is, and that's actually more detrimental, oftentimes, the emotional abuse, the mental abuse, or the neglect, or offering conditional love, love that is based on who you be and how you perform in the world. I've got to be a good girl. I don't know about you guys, but I thought I had to be a good girl to earn God's love because I had to earn my way into heaven. So if I have to earn my way into heaven based off of the good things that I do and who I be, then I've got to be a certain way. So love naturally for God was conditioned. It made sense to me. It just made sense. That's what my little girl's head did. She's like, oh, okay. And no one told me what being a good girl looked like. I was very intelligent and I could just observe what do they praise? Okay, they like this, do more of that. And I molded myself and I shaped myself to be the good girl. And then I had my years of being the wild girl because I was like, fuck it. And then I went and did the wild girl thing. And then, you know what's interesting about that? Then I had all this shame. I have so much shame there. Oh my gosh. Believing that I was worthless, I was bad, I was wrong, I'd done all of these things that made me unworthy of God's love. And now I get to love every version of me, every part of me. I love that good girl who wanted to please everybody. She was so sweet. She figured it out. She was like, okay, I know what to do to be safe in this world, to be accepted, to not be rejected. To... And I love that version of me that went and had a real human experience. Because in my good Christian girl days, I put myself on a pedestal. I was like, I'm good. I'm good. You're a sinner. You're a sinner. You're a sinner. I got to save you. And then in my college years, and then even after that, I was like, oh, this is what it's like to just be human. We make mistakes. We have real life experiences, and a lot of them don't feel good. And then now I get to love all parts of me, all of those parts of me, the version of me that never felt she was enough, that felt she had to prove herself to be loved, who had to act a certain way to be loved. I love the parts of me that thought that she had to grind in a man's world, that she had to show up a certain way to be successful in a man's world. I love all parts, all of those parts of me. And it's a journey. And it's a journey. 3 years I mean, I've been doing this work really for 8 years, but even in the 3 years of really realizing, okay, there's a lot there around my own personal self love, the love of, and the love that I seek from other, both. So I've been peeling back those layers and there's still some there. And it comes up when I'm ready, just like your layers will come up when you're ready. But we can do this work together in intentional space. And then we can learn the tools and the practices. And the more that we practice it, when you take 7 weeks, 7 weeks is more than enough time to create new habits. You saw for me, the moment I started crying, my hands wanted to go to my body. That wasn't a conscious thought for me. It was just do it. So when you practice something over time, that's the embodiment of it. You don't have to think, oh, I need to breathe right now. Oh, I need to tap right now. Oh, this is happening for me right now. So during those 7 weeks, we're really taking so much probably has come up for a lot of you guys here, right? And I'm sure you noticed we've touched the surface. We can only go so deep in this space. And so what's come up for you now, the revelations, the even seeing and perceiving some of the stuff that's there. Now, if you're like, okay, awesome. I know what to do. I know what to do. And when you leave this container and you've got the tools, you've got the motivation, you've got the self accountability, do it. Go and run with it, my loves. Run with it. But if you are somebody that says, yeah, I've known what to do and I still haven't executed, or I've been doing it by myself and I'm ready to do it in group work, or I just really love the accountability and guidance of somebody holding a container, or you recognize that you don't have maybe parents or friends or a community where you are that you can be your vulnerable, honest, most authentic, real self with. If any of that sounds like you, then soul alchemy was created for you. It was created to provide the community, the support, the accountability, the structure, the tools, the information to do the work, to get clear on what it is that you're wanting to experience and create, the breakthroughs that you desire, and then to be held in a loving space where we get to hold each other, witness each other, where we get to share our pain, our shame, vulnerably. We get to cry ugly cries, and others just hold us in so much love. And on the other side of that, you don't feel the shame anymore. You're like, oh my gosh, her too, him too. Because what we begin to realize is that we've all experienced the same things. Nothing that I've experienced is unique to me. It's just not. None of the emotions that I've not unique to me. And another thing I know to be true is that many of us chose some of the most difficult traumas of humanity in this life. Many of us said, I'll take that on. I'll experience that, because we're not here to do this work just for us. We're doing this work for our family, for our ancestors. And some people say 7 generations forward and back. Nah, it is the entire freaking lineage. We in this life can, because we are rewriting the past in every moment. We in this lifetime can rewrite our ancestors' past. We can assist them quantumly entangled, though they're living those lives right now. Right now, they're living those lifetimes. And what we do here to the beginning of time on this planet. How amazing is that? And if our life is our training ground for the codes of wisdom and information, if our stories are what we're not inspired by people that live easy lives, are we? Are you? Maybe. Are you inspired by somebody that's like, I was born into mass amounts of money and this is what I've created from it? And they don't, it wasn't their ideas and they don't, we're not really inspired by that. We're inspired by people that say, this is what I went through. This is what I had to overcome. And this is where I am. That's what's inspiring to us. And so all of you have stories. All of you have things to share, to offer because of what you've been through. And you don't have to verbally share it. You don't have to write it in a book. You don't have to take stages. You don't have to become a coach or a mentor. Literally, when we sit on planes, you guys, the person that you've been assigned seats next to is not an accident. You don't have to say a single word to that person, but God, the divine, your angels, your divine team put you guys together because you're exchanging information and you're sharing packets of healing with them. And then they have this information within them because it exists within you, because you have it within you, because you underwent that alchemy. You regain that strength, that confidence, that self-love, and then you share it with them. And then they open that gift when they're ready. So we chose some of the most difficult and challenging things. If everything in this world is either love or not love, and we can literally deduct it down to that, we chose all of these things that were not love so that we can embody mass amounts of love. If I had not gone through everything that I gone through, I could not love all of you as much as I love you. I couldn't. I love you so much. I love you all so much because I know how hard it is. I know what it's like to not feel loved, to crave and yearn for love. And so I love you all so incredibly much. And that's genuine because of the work I've done. First for me. First for me. And now I get to share that love with each of you guys. What a gift. And you better believe that this is worth it all and more. I would do it all again. I would do it all again. I would do it all again. I'm not trying to escape this planet. I'm trying to become, it's not about escaping the matrix. It's mastering the matrix. And we master the matrix in the frequency of love. How amazing. Love. How awesome is that? We can literally, it's love or not love, love or not love. Am I expressing love or not love right now? All right, guys. So let me see. Let's go into, I will pull up just really quickly, really briefly, scanning through there. Oh, she's already dropped it in the chat. Thank you, Alondra. Soul Alchemy. I just want to let you guys know this Sunday is the final day to get the massive discount. The program is already discounted at 50%. And then I'm offering you guys another $550, $54 off the program. If you are able to tune in and say, yes, this is right for me, and you are courageous enough to take action, and you sign up this weekend, then my gift to you for that is to offer it at a massive discount. And next week, if you're somebody that says, I need a little bit more, there's some stuff, right? If you are, okay, yeah, thank you. They brought it back to the heaven yes, heaven no. If you tune into your body and it's not a heaven yes, not a full yes, but it's like 60% there. And you think that maybe not, totally fine too. I am not attached to who or how many. My intention is to lovingly guide you into choosing what is in your highest alignment. So if you need some loving guidance, if you would like to be held in a one-on-one setting next week, I'm going to open my calendar and invite you guys to come meet with me after, and it'll be after the event is over because my focus is here now. And we can meet one-on-one and we can talk and we can move through some of the resistance that you might be feeling. And I can help guide you into feeling into your internal yes or no to decide if this is right for you. I would love to do that. And I would love to connect with you guys in that way. And if you are somebody who signs up before and you say yes and you jump in, Spirit has told me to give every one of you a free one-on-one session. The other sessions are just going to be shorter 30-minute, 45-minute discovery sessions. But if you say yes, another bonus that I just decided last night, Spirit was like, yep. I said, okay, is I will gift you guys all, and we'll do it before the program. So we can help, again, just clearing out any other residual, and it gives us an opportunity to connect one-on-one even deeper. So my gift to you, in addition to the 3-day angelic Reiki master train or angelic energy mastery, angelic Reiki certification training, and then the 7 weeks, also we'll have a 60 to 90 minute session beforehand as well. So I would love to offer that to you. So if you say, well, I don't get to meet with her one-on-one, I would like a little bit of extra support, but I'm also all in and I also want the discount. I don't want you guys to feel like you've missed out on anything. So I would love to offer you, if you are in and you sign up this week, and there's a pay in full amount and there's payment options. The payment options are 6 payments of 166. 166. And if you put that out towards the 7-8 weeks, I mean, you're looking at about $100 a week. Really, the program, I keep saying 7 weeks because I like the number 7, but really the program's 8 weeks long, because we start with the angelic Reiki and then you have about a week of integration. And then we come back on Monday and then we've got 4 calls a week for 7 weeks. So if you have any questions, please email me, direct message me. I am offering scholarships for anyone who is partial scholarships for anyone who is living in a underdeveloped or developing country. And I wish I had prefaced and said that a developing country, which would be like Africa. And I've done that. I had an amazing woman, Tej, who was a client, and she lived in Africa. And for her, it was my gift. Of course, I want to make sure that I'm because of the currency exchange in countries, and that I don't. You can email me at the email that keeps going out to all of you guys. If you've received any of my emails, it's Lacey@templeofenlightenment.org. Lacey@templeofenlightenment.org. Tammy, what? Tammy said she just signed up. Yay! Oh, my love. I do my best to not be attached, but y'all have to know how much I love you guys. Like, there's so many of you. I'm like, ooh, I would love to get to know them better. I would love for them to journey in this container together. If you're craving soul family connection and support, this is an intimate container. This is not going to be 40 people. It's probably not going to be 30 people. We're looking at between probably 10 to 20 people. We're going to get close. We're going to get to know each other. We're going to get vulnerable. We're going to feel held and supported and loved. And we're going to deepen not only in our connection and relationship to ourselves and other, but also to the divine. We're working on that trifecta: relationship to self, love of self, relationship to other, love of other, and relationship to the divine and love of the divine. So if you are in a underdeveloping country or a developing country, developing country, reach out to me. And yeah, if you feel the calling and your soul is like, yes, I'm meant to be a part of this, I'm willing to work with you. Let's talk. If you need something different than what I've already offered, let's talk. We can work out something. I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Erin, I look forward to hearing from you. Jessica, yes, I won't be doing, well, interesting question. I don't think I will be doing another soul alchemy this year. And the reason I say that is because I have another program offering that's called the New Earth Ascension Academy. That's a 6-month offer. That's a real deep dive into esoteric ascension teachings. And that is, I love that offering so much. And that will be later in the year. So I that being said, spirit, I'm always led and guided by spirit. But the New Earth Ascension Academy offering is just, that was my baby. It's still my baby. And I love it so much. And 6 months, we go really deep together in 6 months. So the 7 weeks was meant to be a fast paced, low barrier to entry, fast paced accelerator to really, because year of transformation, it's the year of the snake. You can even see the snake imagery on the website, not by accident. We're here for transformation. And you guys, I don't know about you, but I've been transforming for 8 years since I started this personal self-development journey. But this year, and I really feel like we've been run through the ringer the last few years. So when I heard that it was a snake year and it was all about transformation, I'm like, haven't we been through enough of that already? I thought we've been doing that. And again, I laugh, in jest, because it's also it's so beautiful. That's where the real work is. It really doesn't stop. So what I know is that in the next couple of years, some of you are going to receive a prayer in your heart to step into even greater service than what you've embodied today. And this year is meant to prepare you for that. This year is in preparation for that. So spirit was so clear. Serve in this way. This is what the people need. This is what you need, because I become initiated into anything that I share. And so this is what we're going to do. And we're going to do it together because it's so much more fun. It's so much more fun when we do it together. It really is. We can actually make it fun and make it enjoyable rather than sitting in our own room, swirling around, trying to ask ourselves and tap into the most painful experiences of our life. Why not do that in group where we can really cultivate a felt sense of safety together? So I don't know if I'm going to be doing another one this year. New Earth Ascension Academy, yes, but tune in and ask yourself, if you miss a week or so, that is okay. There will be replays. Bonnie, for example, she's going to be traveling for 2 weeks during the program, but she's all in. She's there. And so she's going to either try to tune in from out of country or she can just catch up on the replays and whatever feels good. And if you guys are not present, we're still praying for you. You're going to still be with us. There's no way you can't be. Did you guys hear yesterday, Dr. Summer Nicole said that she signed up for a new program. Isn't that awesome? Like hearing about coaches and mentors signing up for their own programs, because we know the value of being coached and mentored. It's very rare that coaches and mentors aren't out there investing in themselves through coaching and mentorship, because we know. And so Dr. Summer Nicole signed up for a brand new program, and she said that she goes, I don't know what's on the other side of it. I don't know if I'm even going to how I'm going to use this. She said, but there was a magnetic pull, a calling that said, yes, I am meant to do this. She said, so I signed up. So she's participating in that program. And she said that as soon as she signed up, she could feel a shift. She could feel like this flow, this massive flow of energy move into her body. And so that has been my experience. I've invested in a lot of programs over the years. And every time I sign up for something, and I think I did share this with you guys already. It's like, okay, by saying yes, these timelines open up to you. These possibilities open up to you. because these become choice points. Investing in programs and your time, these are choice points. And then when you say no, this opens up to you. Neither of it being better or worse, no attachment, but so it makes sense that when we say yes to a program, a new experience, and when we sign up, the moment we say yes, we start experiencing change and transformation and energetic shifts in our life because we've chosen a whole new realm of possibilities for ourselves. So the moment that you guys sign up, the moment that you say yes, you're stepping into and will already be in the frequency of this container, which is exciting. So when you're not present on the calls, you're still present energetically on the calls. And if you're not on the prayer calls, we're still praying for you. We're still bringing you in, calling you in, and we're still mentioning and holding your prayers for your breakthrough, for your life, for what you want to create in this lifetime. We're still holding your dreams for you, with you. So, tap in. My favorite thing always is to, for people who maybe aren't as clear, I use pendulum or body dowsing or literal just communication with the divine all day, every day, especially for my big decisions. But if you don't have that level of clarity or trust or confidence in your, body dowsing or in your internal physical yes or no, I recommend asking God, the divine, for a prayer or for a prayer, for a sign, and you can ask and be very specific as to what it is. My favorite story. I was working with a sweet angel. It was my very first program, Align with Your Divine Design. She was not spiritual. She was religious, and she hadn't really worked with her intuition. And so that was what we were working on together. I was teaching her how to tap into her intuitive nature. And so after we get off the call, I recommended this to her. She asked God to see a dragonfly. And she went outside probably 45 minutes later, and a dragonfly was in her face. And it was just going like this. And she just started laughing. She was like, okay. But because she's, again, not maybe like you and I, she laughed it off and was like, well, it's dragonfly season outside. So she like, how do y'all ever do that? Where you're like, I need a signier sign, God, creator, I need a more signier sign. Yeah, I see that, but I don't know if that's enough. Show me more. So later that day, she was scrolling through Instagram. Instagram can be portals of divine, right? She was scrolling through Instagram, and there was a video, and it was an autistic child, a beautiful boy drawing a picture. And she just zoomed in on the picture and didn't know what the picture was. And so she's watching this video. She just felt called to stop and watch it. Picture gets done drawing. It's a dragonfly. He drew a dragonfly. So she reached out to me in a text, and she said, okay, they have spoken. I'm in. Let's do this. So I love that story because, it tickles me, because we know she probably even knew before all of the signs were necessary that she was in. But sometimes we just need a little bit of reassurance, right? A little bit of reassurance. This is for you. And what I love about that is that, again, if there's any fear, if there's any uncertainty, if you have any part of you that's like, oh, I don't know where the money's going to come from, or I've got a lot going on that month, or right, if you've got the human part of us that wants to find all the reasons why we shouldn't do things, all the excuses that start to come up, if you feel the majority of you feels the yes, but you've got these residual things popping up for you, when we receive a sign like that, it's like, okay, the divine has spoken. I trust that. I trust that the money is going to come. I trust I'm going to find the time. I trust that my investment is going to come back to me 100-fold. And you might not know how it's going to come back to you, but it could come back to you and so much abundance and wealth. And I don't just mean that in money. I mean that in a wealth of love, self-love, a wealth of connections and relationships, community and soul family that you didn't realize you needed. You could find your best friend on the call, on the group. It could be you don't even know that you're going to go through something really hard in those 7 weeks. And then all of a sudden you're like, man, thank you so much, God, for guiding me to this container. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have these people, these earth angels to support me. So there's just something really beautiful about asking to be led and guided by spirit and trusting in that. And honestly, I really appreciate you guys trusting in your guidance. When somebody comes to me, and I've had this happen every year, hey, I signed up for so and so's program because that's what I was told to do. Amazing. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you found the exact thing that you were needing for you. And I'm so glad that you were able to tune in and find your internal yes and no. So email me, ask for your signy sign. I had a friend who asked for a pink hippo. And she saw a pink hippo. And she thought, she was like trying not to not get the sign. Almost like she was like, I want a pink hippo, being really outlandish. And she saw a pink hippo. And it was on a billboard, which is even more hilarious. Literal billboard. She's driving by and she's like, no, there's just no way that that is a pink hippo. So the universe can play. And oh, my favorite thing. Oh, of course. Thank you. The benevolent outcome. I pray and request a benevolent outcome to receive the sign that I need, or the clarity that I am asking for as to whether this is for me or not. And you can use that for anything. So yes, trust in divine timing. And I love that. Bonnie, that's really beautiful too, because Bonnie had shared yesterday, right? Last year, she thought about signing up for the New Earth Ascension Academy and she didn't. And I trust that that was not meant for her then. I trust that she had other things that she was meant to navigate and undergo. And guess what? Bonnie in our call received divine guidance that she's meant to now make these rattles, sell these rattles, incorporate Reiki into the Reiki that she learned into the creation of these rattles, infusing them with energies and frequencies. So when they sound and people use these instruments, that they are already infused with healing energies. And I believe one day, Miss Moni, you're going to use your beautiful, gorgeous sound bowls that she's got a beautiful relationship to, and you're going to use your instruments and you're going to lead and guide others in deeply, profoundly shamanic healing experiences. But right now, that might scare the heck out of her. And so guess what? Now that she's like, ooh, I can be of service. Ooh, this sounds exciting. And so now over these 7 weeks, we get to play and peel away those layers so that Bonnie can truly step into her power and purpose, even greater than she already has, because she's always been in her purpose. We all always have. We're all always on mission. I love it. Paul, I know you sent it directly to me. I hope it's okay. He says, how about seeing a blue alien? Yeah. If you see a blue alien that feels like my energy, then you're talking to my Palladian self. There's a Palladian Lacey running around. There's a Syrian Lacey running around too. I bet you there's definitely a Palladian Paul running around. Paul. As soon as I felt you, I was like, ooh, Paul's got some Palladian in there. I feel that, Paul, some Palladian and Syrian. We are so multidimensional, you guys. We are so multidimensional. Okay. So please reach out to me. Please, let me know if you have any questions. If you are just needing any clarity on any of the things, let me know. And yeah, we'll be back here on Monday. We're not done yet for the day. But we will be back here on Monday. So please come back. I so look forward to seeing you guys after the weekend, after we have time to like rest and integrate and to see how you guys feel. Because I can, how you feel and how you're the sparkle that you embody come next week. Beautiful. Awesome. We're going to do a practice. It's going to be a little bit different today. Just a little bit. Do you guys know the Ho'oponopono prayer? Some of you might. Yeah. Ho'oponopono prayer. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Did you know that I took a beautiful course taught by a Hawaiian elder about the Ho'oponopono prayer? And the reason I say it, even though it's a mouthful, and I learned to say it because those words carry a frequency, a vibration. And when you say Ho'oponopono, you're tapping into the frequency and vibration that they hold like Om. And the prayer was always meant to be to self. It was designed to be said to you, to the little you, is literally what they say, the small you, as in your inner child. So we're going to go into the energy and go into this practice. And then at a certain point, I'm going to play a Ho'opono song, and we're going to listen to it. And my invitation is for you to speak out loud, the power of speaking out loud, the power of the word. Even Tom Moore brought it up. Say your prayers out loud, speak out loud, talk to God, talk to source, talk to yourself out loud. And we're going to speak it out loud. And I invite you to say these words to yourself. I love you. I love you so much. Say your name. Gets extra crunchy. I like cringy. Say your name and say, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot how amazing you are. So sorry. I forgot how powerful you are. I'm so sorry that I ever made you feel that you were less than. Talk to your inner child with so much love and grace. You as an adult now, if you could hold that part of you, the part of you, my part of me that never heard I love you from her father, if you can hold that part of you and so much love and tell them, I'm sorry that you went through that. I'm sorry I judged you. I'm sorry that I made you feel less than. I'm sorry that you had to be small. And you can hold that part of you in so much love and ask for that forgiveness. Forgiveness dissolves and helps us move into love. So forgiveness itself is a great alchemizer, but I like to say that it's really grace, which is to me the frequency of unconditional love and forgiveness. So give yourself that grace, give yourself that unconditional love and forgiveness that you have been craving and yearning. Bonnie says, I'm trying to draw a blue alien. Bonnie, show us your blue alien after we do the practice. I want to see. Oh, beautiful. Fonfon said he used the Ho'oponopono prayer just today. Dearest self, I love you. Oh, you have a certification in that. Awesome. I'm self-certified. Do you guys self-certify yourself in things? I'm like, I can do that. And you just do it so much that you're like, I'm pretty masterful at this now. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Thank you, Vic. You guys are so good. Y'all are on it. I love y'all so much. Okay, let's do this. Let's start with a different song. Where is it? There we go. We'll start with our 12D, 15D, actually, 15th dimensional aura repair chamber. Perfect. All right, darlings. If you are in a place and space to do so, I invite you to go ahead and close down your eyes. Bringing your attention, bringing your awareness to your internal landscape, and begin taking some deep breaths into your heart. Breathing in love, breathing out anything that is not love. Breathing in love, breathing out anything that's not. And I invite you to say the phrase, I am infinite love. I am infinite love. You can even say, I love you, Lacey. Or I love you, Alondra. I love you. I love you. And just notice where you feel resistance to your own love. Is there any parts of you that you can notice right now that aren't in full, total acceptance? Is there any part of you that you can feel that is still living in judgment? Is there any part of you that feels unworthy? Any part of you that feels betrayed or abandoned by others or even yourself? Yeah, it might still be hard to trust. Feel that. Allow that. Welcome any part of you that doesn't trust. Welcome any part of you that feels unworthy or less than. Welcome any part of you that's still living in judgment and separation. Feel it. Welcome it. Allow it. I invite you to now, as you're tapping into that energy, tapping into the resistance, tapping into the self-criticism, I invite you to begin tapping on the chest, the head, side of the hand, the face, tapping on the back of the neck, and breathing in and out and moving that energy, allowing that to be felt. Perhaps spinning in circles as you do it, doing little gentle circles and breathing and moving. Maybe you want to make some sounds. Whatever you need, let it out. Just allow yourself to feel the sadness. That sadness, a part of you that is so sad that you don't feel loved. You don't feel like other people love you the way that you deserve. You don't feel like you are receiving and experiencing the love that you crave. Allow yourself to tap into any emotions that are arising, that are keeping you in separation from the love that you are. Maybe even starting to talk with and engage with your inner child. Part of you that learned and was conditioned to judge yourself, to compare yourself to others. Part of you that started the very first time in this life where you told yourself, I'm not enough. I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not brave enough. I'm not capable enough. I'm not artistic enough. Maybe a memory arises. Tapping, moving, breathing, creating safety in your nervous system, or rewriting those neural pathways. What part of you doesn't believe that you are lovable as you are? Is there any part of you that believes that you have to prove yourself to be worthy of love? That love is based off of doing? Is there any part of you that feels that you are incapable of loving yourself fully? Is there any part of you that's become frustrated by love? Angry with love? Angry with God for not giving you love? Anger to your parents for not showing you the love that you deserved? Breathing, moving, tapping, breathing, moving, tapping. Perhaps you want to dialogue with that part of you and ask it, why do you not feel that you are deserving and worthy of love? Breathing, moving, and tapping. Just being with whatever's coming up with you, for you. I'm going to get quiet and I'm going to let you breathe, move, tap, and speak out loud, sing, listen, and sit with the part of you that doesn't feel worthy of love. Tell yourself, I love you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I judged you, little one.
You are love. You are so loved. You are so loved by the universe. Ooh, by the universe. Ooh, I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry.
Maybe give yourself a
Please
hug.
forgive me.
So sorry.
Thank you.
Please forgive me.
I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono.
You are worthy of love. You are love. Tapping, breathing, moving, hugging yourself, swaying, whatever feels good and nourishing for your nervous system. Hold yourself in love.
Please forgive me. I release you. You release me. I see you.
See you.
I understand you.
I understand you.
I am thankful.
So thankful.
So very thankful. I forgive you. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I release you. I release
Sing this to your inner child.
Release me.
Sing this to your inner critic.
I see you. I see you. I understand you. I understand you. I am thankful. I am thankful. So very thankful. So very thankful. I forgive you. I forgive you. You forgive me. You forgive me. I release you. I release you. You release me. You release me. I see you. I see you. And I love you. I am thankful. So very thankful. And I honor it all. I honor it all. I honor it all.
Accept yourself
I
fully.
honor it all.
Be the love that you want others to give you.
I am love. I am so loved. I am so loved. I am
so loved.
love.
Sing it. Sing it
I
out
am
loud.
so
Say it out loud. You are
loved.
love.
I
You
am
are
so
so loved.
loved, and we are love. We are so loved. We are so loved. We are love. We are so loved. We are so loved by the universe. Ooh, by the universe. Ooh, by the universe. The whole universe. Unconditional. It's unconditional. Love, love, love.
Yes. 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 You are so loved. You are so loved by the universe, by your true cosmic parents, Mother, Father, Goddess, God. You are so loved. You are so loved. I invite you to stop tapping if you're still tapping and just go ahead and wrap your arms around yourself. Just giving yourself the biggest squeeze. Touch is so important. Self touch is so important. Give yourself a squeeze so you can feel safe and you can feel held. And just say one more time, I love you, and your name. I love you. I love you, Lacey. I love you. I love you so much. I do. You're perfect exactly as you are. There's nothing I would change. There's nothing I would change about you. I love you. I love you so much. Hmm. And I invite you all to take a big, deep breath in. Open your mouth. Just crystallizing and sealing in all of that yummy love that you've built and cultivated for yourself. And as you say the phrase once again, I am infinite love. I am infinite love. I am boundless love. I am love with no beginning and no ending. The Creator's love moves through me, is me. And whenever you guys are ready, if you haven't yet done so, you can open your eyes. And I invite you guys, I'm going to come over here. I know we've got a lot of people off camera. I'm not as a stickler for people being on camera versus off camera, but oh, Emily, my darling, I see you. Lyra, hi, Angel. Sweet, sweet tears. Sweet, sweet tears. It's so good to see you guys. Invite you, if you're in a place and space to do so, let's turn on our cameras. And can we witness each other as love? Yeah, we are in sync. We are. There's Yeah, Sun. There you go, my darling. She's celebratory. She's in the celebratory space. I invite you to just witness your brothers and your sisters, witness your spiritual soul family. Take a look. Oh, yeah, Bonnie's blowing kisses. Take a look at each other. Look at all these amazing, beautiful beings. Look at all of our differences. Wow. Look at all of the different colors of hair, the different colors of eyes, the different face shapes. Look at all of you. Oh my gosh, y'all are so beautiful. Wow. How beautiful are you all? Look at us. So perfectly unique. Every single one of us, so unique, so different. A unique fractal. I love you, Bonnie. Each of us, a unique fractal of source, of creator. How gorgeous are you, beautiful beings of love. I don't know about you guys, but I can feel all of your inner children. Danielle, we can't, you got a little blurred background. We can't see it. Love. We've got all of our inner children here, and I can just feel them. I can feel your littles. I can feel those tiny versions of you. And you know what? They're all, yeah, love. Ow, I love that. I don't know how to do that. All of your littles. They're like, yeah, I am loved. How good does that feel? How good does it feel to be able to hold that part of you, to be able to forgive you? How good does it feel? And how good does it feel to then share that love with each one of us, to get to see the uniqueness and the perfection in each one of us? As we become embodiments of that love, we now get to reflect that love out into the world. And that's my prayers for you guys. So let's get into the embodiment ritual so that you guys, because yeah, the inner children. I can feel them. There's a levity and a playfulness in them. Sun I am is over there dancing with her real inner child. There's the alien. Oh, for Paul. Paul, there you are. Do you see it, Paul? She just drew you. I like the triangle head. Perfect. There's definitely races with triangle shaped heads. Absolutely. It actually reminds me a little bit of a mantis. It's a little mantis energy, a little less Palladian, a little more mantis. The Syrians, there were some blue Syrians as well. So let's get to over. Okay, here. Where did it go? Where are my notes? Oh, you know how that goes. I've got so many pages over here. Navigating that is the like most fun challenge. Okay, here we go. So, oh, I don't know what mono is. I don't know what I did. I'm going to share my screen here. Can y'all hear me okay? It said it changed my audio. Oh, okay. It said my audio is changed to mono, and I don't know what that means. Okay. So I missed sharing day 4 embodiment ritual. So I'm going to share it with you guys here. Day 4 is, and honestly, I trust that this is when it was meant to be shared, because day 4 is a mirror work ritual. Witness yourself, my loves. Go stand in front of a mirror, sit in front of a mirror, have a mirror in your hand. I have one on my floor, which works perfectly. And if you've done mirror work before, I'm going to give you a edge. I'm going to give you like an upgrade. Do it naked. Yeah, Emily, I see you. She's like, ooh, okay. Have you done mirror work naked before? Do it naked. And not everyone doesn't have to do it naked, but I invite you, whatever feels comfortable for you. I just want to add, I want to meet everyone and meet where you're at. If you feel comfortable to do it naked, do it naked. Take off your clothes. Be in your birthday suit and stand in front of the mirror. Soften any judgment. Call upon the divine. Choose to, it's like putting on, oh, y'all remember Zoe Davenport, put on the goggles, put on your little goggles, your creator's love goggles, put on your glasses, your rose-colored glasses, and look through the eyes of unconditional love. Smile at yourself. Put your hands over your heart. Breathe deeply. Let love fill every cell and speak out loud. Whatever you feel called to. I see you. I see you. I see your that cellulite. I love that cellulite. I see those stretch marks. Those stretch marks birth children. Thank you, body. Thank you. I accept you. I love you. You're perfect as you are. You are worthy. Maybe the Ho'oponopono. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever feels good for you. And close out by saying, I am who I am and I am enough. I am who I am and I am enough. I am who I am and I am enough. That's a mantra or a version from Bashar. Bashar said if all the humans on the planet could say one thing over and over again every day, that's what he would recommend us say. So I am who I am and I am enough. And then this invitation is a little bit different. Go into the group chat on Facebook, go to this image, or you can just put it on the regular page, whichever one, and put a picture of yourself. If you haven't yet put a picture of yourself in there, this might be an edge for you. If you've already done a picture, maybe the edge for you is to do a video. Ooh, maybe a live. Nope, not Danielle. That's okay. That's okay. Perfect. If it feels good to do a video, do a video. I want you guys to find your edge. That's what we're here to do. Your edge is going to be different than someone else's edge. Maybe it's a video. Maybe it's a selfie. And then share with us, what do you most love about yourself? Yeah. How awesome is that? I want to hear from you what you love about you. What do you love about you? What makes you unique? What makes you incredibly unique? Tell us so that we can celebrate you. The next. So guess what? Here we are. All of this self-love, all of this yummy, 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 yummy self-love. We wouldn't be the amazing beings that we are if we didn't then turn around and say, okay, how can I share that with the world now? So day 5, that's today, is a heart healing and expansion ritual. So now, and you can do these right after each other. Now you can say, okay, I am an infinite love. The affirmation is, I am infinite love. Love flows to me and through me. I am infinite love. Love flows to me and through me. And feel your heart expanding. And then you're going to visualize a loved one in front of you. And you're going to send them love. We're going to use the Ho'oponopono for our loved ones. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And allow any heaviness that you feel to dissolve. Say it to your parents, whether they be alive or not. Say it to your children. Say it to your brother. Say it to your sister. And then I invite you to expand this love to friends, other family, community. And then the growth edge is anyone you're struggling with, anyone who's harmed you, anyone who's hurt you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And then the final step is to extend that love out into the entire world. Seeing the earth bathed in this radiant light, bathed in love. See every sentient being on this planet as perfect, whole, and complete. Seeing every sentient being on this planet getting to exercise their free will. Seeing every sentient being on this planet getting to be accepted for exactly who they are. May our prayers for ourselves reverberate out to all of humanity, and may all of humanity know that they are perfect, whole, and complete, and that there's nothing that they need to change about themselves. May they know and experience the love that they are. So may we reverberate that out to our entire planet. And then you can end with gratitude, knowing that your love has rippled through the entire universe. because the divine earth experiment is a universal experiment and a universal project. And if you want, you can actually expand it to the entire universe. I do that as well. You can just share it, let it go, let it reverberate out. And then the final step is to, again, share in the Facebook. How did it feel to be love? How did it feel to send love? That is, this afternoon, got two wonderful, beautiful souls, two friends of mine that I've gotten to meet since being in the Austin community. I'm in Houston right now, but I spend a lot of time in Austin right now. And one of them is a friend, Edgar Sanchez. He is a deeply passionate about helping heart-centered visionaries tap into their divine, multidimensional superpowers. So he is, their bios are fun and all, but I'm going to save that for later. Our dear friend Edgar, he's all about conscious manifestation. He's all about creating with your power. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about manifestation. We're going to talk about your creative power, and he's going to guide us through a really beautiful short meditation. He's guided me through this meditation before, and it's really beautiful. It's the mother tree meditation. So, that'll be a beautiful experience. And then actually funny, both of these men have guided me in containers. That's okay. There's the healing at work. Wow. Didn't put that together. I've only had women coaches and mentors. I've only had women facilitate me until this year. This year, I finally felt safe enough, I guess. I didn't even know. And I'm just like putting it together. I finally felt safe enough to be held by men. And I've had a session with Gladius and I've had a session with Edgar. So I've gotten to experience both of their work firsthand. And I really do believe, without a doubt, that my willingness and ability to be in a space with them leading and guiding me, is a testament to my own internal work and what I've been working on around my own self-love and trusting myself. Because for a while, I was trying to learn how to trust the masculine. And what I realized is it's not about learning to trust the masculine. It's learning to trust me. And if I trust me, I don't have to worry about whether they're trusting or not, if that makes sense. Because in other words, whatever happens in any given situation, I know I've got me. I can draw my boundaries. I can take care of me. I can, put things in the right place, and I've got me. And so and I realize, again, it's not the outside of, I've got to learn to trust my own masculine. I've got to learn to trust my own feminine. So it was the healing of my own masculine and feminine energies that have allowed me to heal my relationships outside of me. So both of these men are incredible. Gladius Sovereign does belief work. He's got a method that he created called the Sovereign Mind Method. And what tickles me so much is that before experiencing his method, or when I experienced his method, I realized how similar already a lot of what we do or talk about, and a lot of what I've learned, he implements a lot of that. His method is different in a lot of ways, but he's just really incredible. He's a bright light, and you're going to really enjoy what he has to share and speak. And I'm hoping he might be able to go, maybe even show you guys the method in action. So we'll see what we've got time for. So that's who is going to be with us this afternoon. I'm really excited to connect with both of them. They're incredible. And again, I'm really tickled that was on that they're the two, that this was the perfect segue for the story that I shared today around my relationship to the masculine. And here I am, two men that are probably, I think, the first two men that I've ever had sessions with, one other guy. Again, a testament to the work that I've done for myself. The last thing I wanted to say is that I know many of you are participating in the participation contest, and you're really excited to potentially win the Angelic Reiki training weekend. Also, the other thing is you would win either a free weekend of Angelic Reiki training or 50% off of the program, which is so generous. So in other words, the program would be, instead of $888, 50% off. Oh, was that what I put? Okay, thank you. Yeah. Actually, okay. I wasn't planning on doing that. I was planning on doing it on the total and the the other amount, but that's what just came through. So if you are participating and you're excited about the potentiality to win, but you're thinking, well, I really want to do this program and I don't want to miss the opportunity to get it at the discounted price. If you sign up for the program and you win, then we can talk about, I've got two options. I can either reimburse you or we could add some like a package of one-on-one sessions and which I think would be really awesome. So that way you could, go through the program and then we'll have probably 3 or 4 sessions after the program where I can help you even further. And so if you win, don't let that be what keeps you from moving forward with the program this weekend, because on Sunday, or rather on Monday, the price will go up. So I want to give you guys my coaches and my mentors, when they do this, they're my business coaches and mentors, they make you have to decide by today, by Friday, 12 o'clock on Friday. And Spirit told me, no, give people space. We're not about high pressure sales, but also I know that your excitement is going to dwindle. Like I understand the psychology of sales. So your excitement might dwindle, come Monday, or come Sunday, you might be like, oh, I don't know. It sounded really exciting on Friday. So I just invite you to just tune in, pray. And that's why I'm giving you guys these fast action bonuses so that you can really decide and make a decision early. And because I understand the psychology of how sales work. I've been in sales my whole life. I was in high level corporate sales before this. I did I did technology sales, medical device sales, and then commercial real estate. So I've done the highest, most masculine space, the spaces I found myself in were very masculine, very, hustle, grind, energy. And so, yeah, I've done very high level sales and I learned how I didn't want to do sales. And so I get to do it differently. I get to do it from compassion, love, trust, surrender, abundance, and non-attachment. So, but I do want to help you guys and support you in deciding if this is for you or not. So I'll open up my calendar next week. And if you want to pop in there, you can. And if you think I don't want to miss getting to have time with the one-on-one, then like I said, if you guys sign up before Sunday, one extra bonus that I haven't mentioned is a free one-on-one session with me. So we'll come together for 90 minutes, an hour and a half, and it'll be a customized experience depending on what it is that you're needing, each person. Awesome. That's all I've got. That's it. Woo! Friday. Oh, that's okay, Bonnie. Oh, date night with your hubby. So sweet. Enjoy that. Here, you can unmute. Where's he taking you? Where y'all going? What are y'all doing? Y'all doing it at home?
It's our Mexican food night.
Oh, is that every
Yeah.
Friday?
Yeah. Every Friday night.
Awesome. Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. Do y'all go
It's our
somewhere?
date night.
Do y'all go somewhere or do you cook at home?
We go somewhere
Okay.
just right around the corner.
Oh, so sweet.
Nowhere fancy, just together.
Which is so beautiful. How
Yeah.
sweet. And I know that we need that, those moments of time with self and like dedicated time for each other.
Yeah. That's why it's a date.
Yeah. Every Friday.
Every Friday. Married 28 years. It's a
Amazing.
date.
Amazing. Have y'all been doing that every Friday for 28 years?
Probably not every
Okay.
Friday.
Okay.
That
Well,
wouldn't
that's
be.
amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. But that's been a consistent,
Yeah.
intentional. Wow. Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. That's really inspiring.
It's
That's
good.
really beautiful. I love that. How
But I
sweet.
will miss being on the call. So
I know.
I
We'll
will be
miss you.
rewatching it for
That's
sure.
you'll be there with us,
Yes,
if not physically.
absolutely. I appreciate you.
Good night, Fun Fun. Good night, darling. Fun Fun is calling us from China. No. Where are you at, Fun Fun? What time is it there? You can unmute too. Honestly, I just want to see you. Where are you? Fun Fun. He's probably, oh, Japan. That's right. Thank you. Japan.
Yeah, I'm in Japan. Kamakura.
Kamakura.
Yes,
Kamakura.
Kamakura, Japan.
I did butcher that, didn't
The
I?
ancient city of Kamakura.
Kamakura.
Yes, in Kanagawa, in around Yokohama.
Okay. And what time is it? Well, first, what time is it there right now?
It is 4:22 a.m.
Man, wow. 4:22 a.m.
Yes. I had to
Fun,
be
fun.
all night, staying up all night to attend this meeting, to attend this portal. It was so necessary for me. So I don't sleep for all these days. I will stay up till 2 a.m. just for it. So I have to sleep now.
I love you. Thank you. Guys, is that not amazing? It's 4 a.m. and he's completely reversed his schedule to be a part of this experience. Fan
Yes.
participated with us last year, and he actually was the one who won the participation contest. He played full out. He showed up. I mean, honestly, I put everybody in a drawing. And so I'm not attached to who wins. But of course, the divine picked him because he's so committed and dedicated, altering his sleep schedule to be a part of this container. I'm just so deeply touched by that, Fan. It really is such an honor.
And you did wonderful. You did great during the angelic Reiki. Please, if you have time, if you want to know more, go to the angelic Reiki because it is fantastic. It is really fantastic. I cannot live every day without thinking about it. You gave me some energy. I feel, especially the two angels you drew for me, Mary and Jesus. Remarkable. It is to me like a message. I'm always thinking of it that it was a message that the universe sent to me. And I'm committed. I think I'll do more. Absolutely. I'm sure to do more. I will do more. I'll do more.
Oh, of course, Fan. You've already accomplished and done and just amazing things in this lifetime. And it's really going to be beautiful to see what else you decide to step into.
Yeah.
And
now my priority now is creating books. I'm writing a lot of books. And I also code. I do coding, creating apps. But books is to me my priority. I want to get inspired so much about your childhood. I have a book which I've written, Child of Two Worlds.
Child of Two Worlds.
Child of Two Worlds. It gives my experiences living in a divorce home, living in a that is domestic violence home. And after even the divorce, my father would come and beat my mother in my presence, and my grandmother, my grandfather, every person, then carry me, go to their house, to his house, to their house, to our house really, but will not take care of me. And in fact, and yet we were so godly as per se. We go to church every day, but but the internal suffering was much. It made me to grow up in a rather very funny way.
Yeah.
And I have to man myself, and I'm what I am now just because God loves me. God loves me very much, very much, very much.
Oh,
I have a family. I'm a father. I'm a family. And I thank God for all of those. So thank you very much, Lacey. You've been just a super inspiration to me. And may God give you the blessing to continue all through. Thank you.
Thank you, Fan. I love you so much. And I also love the inner child. I love that part of you that did navigate a really challenging childhood. And
it was challenging.
Yeah, and it's incredible that you've now taken those challenges and that pain. And not only are you appreciative of that experience, but now you're writing a book. And now you get to share that story with the world, and you get to inspire others and provide hope for others.
Yeah, that is my main aim. Like now, what I'm fighting for, I really want the world to understand the ills of divorce. If you want to marry, get married. if you don't want to get married, please stay free, because the father and the mother are not the ones suffering, but the kids. The children suffer a lot. That is, the children learn to lie at an early age because out of fear. Why? Because to the mother, you have to say something different. To the father, you have to say something different. I had a horrible experience. I had no books, no textbooks. My father bought me textbooks. But I could not carry them to the house because my grandmother would not allow anything from my father. So I kept it behind the classroom, and the rain soaked everything, but yet I had no textbooks.
Wow.
It has always been horrible.
Aww.
When I think of it, it's always horrible. I have to tap it before I talk about it, because it was an experience which engineered me to write the book Child of Two Worlds. That's a world with my father, a world of Christianity, a world of sadness. It is really a world of, but inside me, I had joy because I was really a peaceful person inside. That's what it actually made me to start writing poetry at an early age. I started writing poetry at early age. Like last year, you saw one of my poems, Love. We were just talking about love, which I had one of my poems, Love. I have so many of those poems, many poems that I've written just out because of my experience. Thank you very much for allowing me to share.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing yourself with us. When are you going to finish your book? Is it already complete?
I'll publish it on Amazon.
Okay.
Say next week.
Next week? What? Yes, well, if you publish it while we're in this event. Bye, Melissa. Anyone leaving? Bye, you guys. We love you. See you this afternoon. If you publish it while we're still here on the event, please share the link with us. Please drop it in the group as well. Yes. And if it's after, then send it to me, and I would love to also share it with everybody. I want your book.
Okay, thank you very much. I love that.
Of course, allow us to support you, because there's something really beautiful. Once a book gets shared on Amazon, if it gets a lot of downloads in the very first day or two, then it's an algorithm thing. So I would love to get your book and then write a review and then help the algorithm. And so we can help support your story getting into the hands of those that it's meant to inspire and provide hope for.
I have some few books on Amazon.
You do?
Yeah. I have some few books on Amazon now. I have books like one of my very favorite funny books, my childhood life playing, how we lived. Book My Village is the story of my village. That is the origin of my village, from the Bantu group and all those things. Then I spoke so many things about how we enjoyed life without toys as children, but we created our own toys. We were happy. We played during moonlight and all those stuff. So then,
so sweet.
I have some few books on Amazon. There is this in Time Management 101.
Drop the, do you have, well, you can drop it now, or you can in the chat right now.
No. In the next session, I'll drop it. Time management 101 is very important for people who are active business personnel, so that they can know how to manage their time. Time management 101.
Well, we would love to support your work. So please let us know how, and we'll let you get some sleep before the next session.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bye bye, everyone. Minasan.
Bye, Bon.
Okay.
So sweet. We had a really good time. It's really sweet to then get to journey with you guys here. But then when we get into these smaller containers, like the Angelic Reiki, the Accelerator, New Earth Ascension Academy, there's a really beautiful bonding that takes place. And yeah, so super sweet. Is there anything anybody else is feeling on their heart, just feeling called to share or speak into the space? Is anybody feeling that they want to be witnessed in any way? I want to open that up before we close the call. You can raise your hand or just unmute.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Just because I just posted about it anyways, and
Yeah.
so much came up for me about how much like shame and fear I have for being witnessed in my messy shadow, dark parts.
Oh, Angel.
And just the space that you hold is so beautiful and welcoming, and I just feel very grateful to be here. I went to a show called Beautifica. I don't know. It's around the country. It's actually in Houston. Next weekend's the last weekend, and it's James Hood, and it's in like 3D projection, and it's anyway.
I think
long,
I've seen it.
Long story short, in it was this like constant contraction and like what I felt of like a heartbeat and a pulse the whole time. And like what I asked for the whole time was like, show me who I am, like lead me to my connection to God. And I've never considered myself a religious person. I've considered myself a spiritual person. And I've been showing up to church. Like, is it here? Like, am I finding God here? And I've just found resistance of like, no shame or judgment around the Bible and scriptures, of course, but like, that's not it. And I'm like, I know it's God for me. Like, I know it's that word. I know it's like, that's my word for source creator. Like, where's my connection in that? And then, so I like prayed for that during the entire show, that I just felt this like rhythm and heartbeat. And then Tammy's my cousin, my soul sister, and the day before this, she told me about it, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I just, since I've been here, I just feel like it's literally like everything I've been asking for. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so, so glad that you found yourself to this space. And I'm so glad that, I mean, to say that you're finding God in this space, you're finding what it was that you were seeking is really my prayer. My prayer, you know, we never, it's funny. I had a coach that said, we don't normally, we give the people what they need, but, or how did she say it? Anyways, it was that if I told people that in my program they're going to have a closer relationship to God, she said they might not invest, but that's really what she helps them do. And yeah, we're doing this work, but it's our relationship and connection to God that we're seeking. It's this connection to the allness that we are, and understanding and reshaping our lens of who God is, who the divine is, and who we be. And my love, you
Like
found
I've like many years ago, I feel like I've lived 15 different lives. Once upon a time I was a yoga teacher. I went through my 200-hour teacher training. I've been through theta healing. I've been in prayer intention circles. But like, I don't know, like there's just been like a piece that's missing. And again, it's like I've been taking this like spiritual world and religious world and like finding like where that fits within me. And so much of what you say resonates of just like I've been searching for like that connection to the like outer God, outer source, outer, and it's all like you're saying, it's all within. Like I am. And it just resonates and feels so good. So anyway,
no, not anyway. And thank you thank you so much. I'm so glad you found yourself here. It's you and so many of you, all of you, y'all are who I was praying for. You are the ones genuinely who this event, when again I was tapping into, I'm like, who is this for? Who is this in service to? And this is the why. This is my why. Like, if one person can feel and know that they are the love of God, if one person can move from feelings of disconnection, uncertainty, confusion into a state of, oh, I can breathe again. That is the why. And
Mhm.
I'm just so grateful you found yourself here. And we're all honestly learning how to model the mess. And if you could talk to Alondra and I have been talking about the modeling of the mess. Like we're modeling the messy. Y'all probably don't know, but so much is going wrong, not going wrong. So much is not going as planned with this event. And it's like, we're just going to model the mess because the human experience is messy. The imperfections are what's perfect. And so your mess, again, even that mess, your mess is so welcome here. Man, I love your mess. Your messiness is the most beautiful thing about you, actually. The mess is what makes you you. It's what makes you unique. It's what makes you human. And your humanness is so beautiful. And so thank you so much for your vulnerability and starting to get comfortable with the messiness.
Drawn to the messy, drawn to the vulnerability, drawn to the human connection.
Amazing. So, so good. Oh, how I'm curious, how does it feel to potentially carry on for soul alchemy? Is that something that is feasible for you?
Oh yeah, I'm signing up. I've
Awesome.
stayed in my car this whole time because I didn't want to break the connection going into my house. So
Okay.
I've been in my car the whole time bawling for anyone to see. Talk about being witnessed. Like people are walking by my car and I'm just like, oh. Yeah, but I'm already signing up.
Awesome.
So
I'm so glad.
I'm there. I was
Okay.
a resounding yes, everything you put up from the get-go. My body, everything in me was screaming yes. And then I did a session with Tammy and I've had trouble talking and like connecting to like my spirit and my guides and who those are. And I know a lot of that resolves around like I lost my best friend when I was 16. And so I like some of that like fear and connection. There's like stuff
Yeah.
that's coming up there.
Yeah.
So I often rely on her connecting to her guides.
Yeah. Okay.
And they were like a hell yes, heaven yes. So
Awesome. 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 Oh, I'm so excited. We're going to get you in your full connection. We're going to get you connected to your guides. We're going to get you in comfortability and learning how to do that, which is really what the entire Angelic Reiki weekend is. We're learning how to create sacred space. We're learning how to, we're learning energetic hygiene. We're learning what that looks like. How do I protect my energy when I go out into the world? But we're also learning, okay, now how can I open up to higher divine energies? How can I be discerning of who I talk to and who I work with? And how can I create that connection for myself? And I'm telling you, it's it's a form of channeling. It's a form of right. And when I say channeling, we become the channel, we become the conduit, but it's also a form of communication. And so you learn to foster that connection and then how to engage with and communicate with. And then we'll go deeper too into things like the body dowsing or just sensing your internal yes or no, because that is going to be the more we can get you in here and being able to navigate and feel your way, the more that your heart is guiding you. Your heart is the compass and it's like, yep, here.
Yeah.
And so, man, I'm really excited to see how over the course of those 8 weeks, you're going to shift into radical confidence in your own psychic abilities and your own intuitive magic. And yeah, just fostering that deeper connection with your own guides and further stepping into your power. Further stepping into your power. Oh, Angel, I'm so glad. I'm excited too. I'm so, so excited. Oh, you guys, yay. If you're like, Heather, I love this woman. I feel I see myself in her. I can see myself in all of you. I'm sure you guys can too. Or Bonnie, or who else do we have that was has already said yes and is in here? I mean, all of you beautiful angels, if you're like, yeah, that's the type of soul family I want to travel with, I want to walk with, I want to connect with. Those are the people, these are your mirrors. These are your mirrors. And I do believe there's this like perfect constellation of souls that is meant to come together. And we're all meant to travel in this container together, hold each other, love each other, be mirrored by each other. So Heather, I'm so, so glad. I'm so, so glad. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad that we have the opportunity to connect further and deeper. And I'm just so glad to hear that I mean, your emotion is beautiful. It's so beautiful. And I'm excited for us to have a safe space for you to go deeper into that. And then to also just connect further to God within and without, both in and out. Oh, so beautiful. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So sweet. Anybody else that just has something on their heart? Yeah, we got B more over there. Hearts up. Awesome. Beautiful. Okay. Well, then let's take our break, go outside, ground, put your feet on the ground, move some energy. If you want to scream, scream. You want to cry, cry. Get something nourishing, drink lots of water. Water will help. Water helps purify, it helps cleanse, it helps nourish. Water is necessary for our DNA to rebundle. We received all this light. Our DNA is healing itself and we need water. It needs water to do that. So yeah, nourish yourself, take care of yourself, and we'll be back here in about 2 hours and 15 minutes for our Divine Mirror session. And I love you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for being beacons of love in this world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah. Have a good date night, Bonnie. Bye.